Q. You playing with your toys again?
007. May I remind you, if it wasn't for my toys, you'd have been dead years ago. Here to collect your equipment, I assume.
Yeah, well, Em wants me in Paris by 9, so make it snappy.
Yeah, well, there's only one thing today. It's just this.
What is it?
It's a watch.
It's cute. I can see it's a watch. What does it do?
It tells the time. What were you expecting? Lasers? Garroting wire? It's not a 70s spy movie, Bond.
Cutbacks.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Not Another Watch. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for checking out the channel. Today we're going to be doing a full review of this Pagani design No Time to Die Omega Seamaster Homage watch. Now, about a month or so ago, we unboxed this watch, and I'll post a link up there and down in the description. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. But I've been able to spend time with this watch, wear it on a day-to-day basis, and I wanted to give you guys a full review of this one. The serial number for this one is PD1667, and as I mentioned before, it is a homage to the new James Bond watch from No Time to Die. Let's run down some specifications on this one. We have a 42mm case diameter. If you include the crown, we have 46.5mm. A lug-to-lug of 49mm. And a standard 20mm lug width on this one. Everything is stainless steel, so that's the bracelet, the case, the bezel, but the bezel insert is ceramic, and the glass covering that dial is box dome sapphire crystal. It's got a signed Pagani crown, and a display case back with that Seiko NH35 movement in there. And we have water resistant 100 meters stainless steel Pagani design. While we've got this mesh strap this way around, we have quick release on this strap, so changing straps are nice and easy on this one. As aforementioned, the bezel is stainless steel, and it is 90 click. Rotate that one for you. Let's take a look at that date window at 3 o'clock. It's not colour matched, and we have the Pagani logo and Pagani design written at the 12 o'clock. Automatic, water resistant, 10 bar, 100 meters, and down at the bottom there, Japanese movement. As I mentioned before, it's a Seiko NH35, so a pretty reliable movement. We have brushed sides, tapering up into that crown guard. Have a nice polished top on the lug, and another brush side. The finishing's pretty good on this one, I have to say. The brushing is really quite fine. It weighs in on this strap at 129 grams. It did come with a NATO strap, which I will show you a little bit later on. Yeah, and as you can see, it is a homage in many ways to that Omega. It has that scalloped bezel that's so common on those Seamasters, and has the mesh strap like the one from the new Bond movie. Now, I've got a 7¼ inch wrist. It fits me like this, pretty nice. I forgot to mention it's actually 14mm thick, so a little chunky. But it looks stunning on that mesh strap. I doubt there's any anti-reflective coating on that sapphire crystal, as it really does catch the light. Lume on this one, it's okay. It doesn't last very long, and quite frankly, none of these Paganis that I've seen yet have had any decent lume. Seems unevenly applied, and just not super good at all. Got some skeletonized hands here, partly skeletonized, and then you have this faux patina look on the bezel, the hands, and the applied hour markers. Now, there are some differences to the Seamaster. No helium escape valve for a start at the 10 o'clock. That won't bother a lot of people. And the skeletonized hands are slightly different than the Omega Seamaster. Retains the lollipop second hand, but it doesn't have the red tip like the Omega does. So, having spent some time with this watch, there is a couple of things I can feed back from my initial reaction to this watch. Now, obviously, the Seamaster 300-meter diver is my grail watch, and I have owned a blue one before. So I know that this does a pretty good job at replicating the design. However, there are a couple of things I really don't like about this particular model. First of all, it's a 90-click bezel, which has not a lot of backplay, to be fair. I've seen some reviews where the backplay is a lot worse than that. But so I'm kind of lucky, but I really don't know why Pagani does 90-click bezels. It's quite bizarre. If you're going to use this as a timing instrument, I'm not really sure how a 90-click bezel really helps you. The mesh strap, although I think it looks really, really good, actually has a little bit of an issue. It's a little sharp here, and where it folds under, I don't know if you can see this, but it's caused to rub on my wrist here. It rubs a little. So yeah, it causes a little bit of pain. So I do think it looks great on this mesh strap, but I'll probably swap it out eventually for another better made mesh strap. The date window not being color matched, the original No Time to Die watch doesn't have a date window, but I think it would have helped if they'd have put this date window as a color matched date window and maybe tucked it down at the 6 o'clock. That would have been nicer, but they didn't. Also, the patina, or the faux patina that they've tried to replicate, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but the colour is mismatched from the bezel to the applied hour markers and the hands. They have seemed to have created a 3-shade patina on this. This is kind of like a dark, this is light, and this is kind of flesh coloured. So that's a little bit disappointing. And of course the the loom on this one is not great, as I mentioned before. But I do like a lot of things about this watch. First of all, obviously the design. Pagani can't take much credit for that because it is a homage of the Seamaster, and most of this is an Omega design. No helium escape valve, so it's not a one-to-one copy, and those hands, as I mentioned before, are slightly different. But I do like the fact that they include a NH35 in this. It's a solid movement, a workhorse, you know what you're getting. Most people already own a watch with an NH35 movement in it, and you know, so you know what to expect. Sapphire crystal is really, really nice on this one, and the fact that it's box domed, you can see that on the side. There's at least 2 millimeters of that 14 millimeter thickness taken up by that dome sapphire crystal. And I like in some ways that the design is slightly different to the Seamaster. It stops it being a copy and more of a tribute. Nice to have signed elements on here, the signed crown, and on the buckle you do have Pagani design, and it's a super easy strap to adjust. I did do a quick tutorial for those that weren't aware of how to adjust these straps very, very simply. I'll leave a link to the video somewhere in the description, and you can go and check that one out if you're not sure. And yeah, overall it's a pretty good watch, but you know, I think you can pick this up on Pagani on AliExpress for somewhere around $120. It's okay, but if you're looking to scratch your Seamaster itch, it may do it a little, but it's not really going to replace the desire to actually pick up an actual Seamaster. But if it is just, you can't afford the new No Time to Die watch, and let's face it, it's almost 10,000 US dollars. So if you haven't got that kind of money and you want a quick fix, there's plenty of homage watches to this out there. I would urge you to shop around before you consider the Pagani. I know that there's Heimdallr does one. I know that Valida does one, and Pliga as well. So all AliExpress brands, you can all find them out there, but I urge you to shop around before you pick this one up. But you can swap this strap out. It is versatile in that sense. So I recommend it? Proceed with caution. And definitely, if you're going to get the one with the mesh strap, consider replacing it with a better mesh strap than this one. That just about concludes our review. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. As always, if you've liked the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, guys, please take care of yourselves, live life, love watches, and I will see you in the next one.
Anyway,